Abadi dabadi, boobity bidabdo, babidi bab. Why am I so far? Oh. Here. Yeah, this is right. This seems about right. I think I need to make the liquor smaller. Where's Gremlin? You are a bit too... but you were this big because your tail needed to be at the edge. My bad, my bad. I understand it now. I understand it now. Oh, I understand it now. Hello. Hello there, Pyro. Question mark, question mark, question mark, question mark. Yeah, it's actually... Actually 8 question marks. Yes. There are 8 question marks in my name. Those will potentially stay there for at least a few months. Maybe for the rest of the year. Maybe a bit longer. Maybe until March. I don't know. Because I'm working a bit on changing a few things here and there about myself as a Pyro. So that is there. Actually, I need to be slightly... Here? Yeah, this is better. This is better. So, Stefan, welcome, welcome, welcome. I hope you had a good last week and are ready for this Kubera week. I'm maybe trying to return to weekly. No promises, anyways. What did Prima mean? Prima technically came from, like... The music is too loud in my ears. Is the music fine for you? Prima technically came from Primal, because, like, Pyro Prima was meant to be like the lore for this VTuber model was basically like I was the first ever flame that existed, the primal flame. Then it got adjusted here and there a bit, but then I thought I kind of stopped vibing and thought like Pyro Prima was not the most unique name, and it didn't have like... It was nice because it was like alliteration of like PP, but it's also an alliteration that is PP. So my visuals are going to change. My visuals are going to change, probably direction of March, and so is my name going to change. Yep, yep, yep. Meow. I'm kind of like Agni. You realized Agni was the superior fire guy? I realized it so much that I just disappeared. Where did I go to? There. What happened? Agni is not a superior. Like, Agni is the god of fire. So, technically, is he the first fire? If he is the god of fire, like, the concept of fire must have existed before he became the god of fire, right? So, if anything, wouldn't that mean that I am technically an ancestor of Agni because I am the very, very, very first flame? And before me, there was no fire. And before there was fire, there couldn't be a god of fire. Anyways, Outsider is this arc, this chapter. And last week was called Out of Reach. There was a lot of things out of reach. The connections between characters, the Yuta situation with Lise. Yuta took it a bit too literally when it comes to the meaning of eating out your partner. But luckily enough, Lise can heal. But I don't like the situation, and I don't like that people are using Lise again just for their benefits of like, yeah, we need Yuta on our side, so it's good even if Lise gets eaten. Then like sometimes it's all fine. Yeah. I don't know much about the lore about Agni has been revealed so far, so I'll chat about it. I think gods can have claimed first, nothing if compatible. here. Hello Mario Cat, welcome to stream. I hope you had a nice week last week and are ready to see this Monday Kubera. Hoof Hoof, a powerful Rakshasa, friendly towards humans. Keep him on our side at all costs. Luckily Lise has the Gold Knight, even if she's facing death, as long as she has enough vigor left. Best option for the people in the city, and as well as for Utah. Wait up. Cuff, cuff, cuff. Welcome to Kubera. Lise! Lise is awake. Tell them. Here, have some water. Thank you. Lise, how much do you remember? Who even are these women? I mean about what happened before you lost consciousness. Hey, don't ask her so soon. I was making food for Asha. And then? And then... I can't remember. I guess I fell asleep while waiting for Asha. I wonder if she actually can't remember or if she's just putting up that face so that these women finally fuck off. Or if it's maybe that she wants to protect Utah or just doesn't want to make any situation problematic. Lise says she can't remember? What a relief. It's better for her to not remember. Looks like we finally agree on something. You're right. It's better for Lise to forget about that terrible incident. Since it would be bad if Lise were to fear Utah when he returns. Doesn't that mean that she could treat him just like before if she remembers nothing? You're such a dick! Have you ever heard of taking things from another person's perspective? Have you ever heard of seeing things from another person's perspective? Huh? Whatever could you mean? Or she's in denial. Yeah, that's also the thing I meant, yeah. I think of other people's perspectives all the time. This kind of thing doesn't work unless the person's getting eaten isn't stupidly kind. You can just tell that Lise is the type of person who would gladly sacrifice herself if it's for the city. This is my conclusion from carefully analyzing Lise's perspective. Is he actually insane? For someone who's analyzing so carefully. How could you have failed to predict that Utah would leave and things would turn out like this? Well, I didn't quite expect Utah to leave this city. Even when he'd said all he could see was Lise's neck. He may have avoided her, but he didn't leave the city. I thought it would be the same this time. But after actually going through that, I guess he couldn't handle it. Still, don't worry, he'll be back. Once shooters get fixated on something, they can't get away from it that easily. You know, right? The longer a creature's lifespan is, the harder it is for its love to fade. You look at the reasons for divorces among halves, quarters, and purebloods. The problem is almost always the ones with shorter lifespans. Why is that? Claude is weird, but so is Lise. But she is Lise. I mean, Claude is weird, for sure. He's an ultra weirdo. He's not entirely wrong, but it's once again just assuming things, and Lise is just a puppet for a story. A puppet for the people to do things with. I find it interesting that they say that the people of the shorter lifespan are the ones filing for divorce. Hey, ooh, can't believe I caught one of these again for so long. You advanced so far. Episode 101. Actually, 203. I guess maybe like shorter lifespan people think more like, is this really the best? Maybe I could find something better. Maybe there's a better person for me out. But longer people, like longer lived people are more like, this is nice. I like this. I will enjoy this while it lasts. And if it ends, I will see what happens from there. I don't know, maybe it's that kind of thought process, but not entirely sure. Also, yeah, welcome Pate and welcome Cory. I hope both of you had a good last week and are ready for this week's Kubera. Outsider. That's what all of we are, right? The outsiders. Feels like you really like each other at first. But at some point, you start feeling like things are not like that anymore. Run. That's why I wish you would fall in love with a creature with a longer lifespan than you. Always those naps. Creatures with long lifespans. Their love doesn't wane as quickly, so you almost never get hurt. Enough about that. We should talk about some practical measures to take, since we don't have any means of transportation. It will be hard to send any reinforcements to Rindhello. I've just heard from Ilof, not just Rindhello, but all of the other cities are going to hold a Grand Magician's Conference to discuss measures for preparing against the Shura attack. Then we'll have the Grand Magician Conference and AA vote in Ilof? Plus, you have to go back to Ilof anyway. The meeting won't be held in Ilof. Huh? But didn't we recently decide on Ilof? Yeah, but the meeting location changed for another reason. This time, the meeting will be held on Pyro Plateau. This was my screenshot for the thumbnail. I always scroll through the first chapter I read and take a picture there for the thumbnail. I was surprised to see that this is Pyro Plateau. Like it's quite literally a plateau in the air, right? So it looks cool. I'm not sure about the blue lines. Is that like the barrier? Like obviously it's the entire thing called Pyro Plateau. I mean, I would assume that the city is Pyro Plateau, and I'm not sure if the entire island is called that. Like, it seems that there's a city, like there's this place in the left, there's this place in the right, there's the place in the center, the place there in the back, and like this here, I wasn't entirely sure if this thing in the center is actually the thing in the center is a mountain, or if it's also like some sort of castle of nothingness. Is that the right word from freaking Kingdom Hearts? So I was wondering if this blue thing is actually like the barrier that the other cities also have, and it looks like this. If it's like some sort of magic phenomenon surrounding the Pyro Plateau, or if it's something else. I think it's also related to the rather unchanging nature of Shuras themselves. Our squatters could just be a lot less predisposed to change because of their Shura origins. Wars came to exist. You're like and the misty coastal city was called Misty Shore. Sometimes Kurrigong gets very creative. Yeah, it's like calling yourself Pyro Prima when you're the first flame. Or maybe less, but house can get cold. Huh? Really? Really, the first time I've been to the plateau since that one time when I was a kid. Isn't it a real pain just to get into the city though? Why the heck did they change the meeting location? Be sure to bring Ashara Hiro. While on Pyro Plateau, check history using Hoti Vishnu. Ram, don't you think you should go and see Lise? She must be all confused since she can't remember anything, and it would make her really anxious if she's surrounded by strangers. I was just going to head over there. Asha, let's go together. Don't tell me you're not going to see Lise even once after she's gone through all of that. Asha and I have something else to discuss. Huh? Really? Okay, then I'll go alone. I can go too. Why didn't you ask me? I don't need you. It is awful. Yeah, shut him down. Shut Claude down. With Yuta. There you are, Jatayu. I knew that ultimately you would return to your brother. He continued. Is Yuta the... It's so obvious, right? Outsider. Asha is an outsider because she's being the whole thing about the murders, the whole thing about being able to use that one spell, the one thing about basically being the only A+, I think it's what's her rank. All of these different things make her an outsider. Lise is an outsider because she is like so sweet. People are using her. She's nothing but a tool. That's kind of making her an outsider. Yuta is an outsider because he's a Shura. And then you could argue that maybe Maruna is also an outsider because he's working together with the Ananta, but he's like one of the only non-Anantas for them, so he's kind of an outsider. I don't know. Maruna always reminds me of Jiraiya from Naruto. Is that wrong to think? I don't know. He always kind of reminds me, like, maybe not from personality, but like from visual. But do you think that Rakshasa will really come back? Is it worth having this many people look after Lise? Sure. Even if we forgot about the Rakshasa, for now, the girl is on Asha's team. Asha doesn't really seem to treat her like a teammate. Didn't Asha just leave that night even after seeing what happened to her? Color scheme. It's a color scheme, and like the face and also the tattoo on the face is, like, reminds me of like something as well. That is kind of too. He's an outsider to the usual magician. I guess, yeah, because he doesn't calculate. He didn't pass that one thing. He's like a different kind of a mage. He's also like a quarter, but he doesn't vibe with Shuras because he's like racist. People compare Maruna to some guy from Naruto, but I don't know Naruto. Yeah, Naruto. Make this big. I mean, do you see it? It's like, okay, yeah, obviously the red line down here for Maruna is on the side of his face and not like below the eye, but like it is I feel the similarities. There's the obvious color schemes, there's the face lines. Somehow you could argue that maybe Jiraiya is more like an older Maruna or something. Yeah. Maruna is just younger Jiraiya. And with thicker lines. Most people wouldn't even be like that with a stranger. If anything, Asha's even nicer to me. That's true. But why does she follow Asha around so much when Asha treats her like that? Is she the one who drew the Sword of Return? Not like she's powerless. Not at an age where she can't fend for herself. Maybe she's staying with Asha for her money. I doubt it. She would have to have some serious nerve to do that. She seems to have a lot of nerve from what I've seen. I was making food for Asha. I was waiting for Asha. That's this kind of stuff like it's no big deal and it drives me nuts. Yeah, who does she think she is making food for Asha and waiting for her? Does she think Asha's fan club doesn't do that kind of stuff because we don't know how to? We just don't want to bother her. And I hate these dishes. Can't believe she actually thought that Asha would come eat with her. Asha had planned to stay in her room at the Earth Temple at that time. What? The more I hear, the more ridiculous she sounds. She's got a lot of nerve thinking that someone staying in a room 9,050 meters in the air will come down for dinner with her. The way people in Kubera expect strangers to be treated is hella awful. Not like Lisa's been traveling with Asha for months. Yeah, she hasn't traveled with Asha for months. She's much closer to her than you fan club shit people. I feel like the way people in Kubera expect strangers to be treated is hella awful. Yeah, it's like they expect the worst. It's like they almost feel like if somebody's a stranger, you spit on them and kick them. That's how you treat strangers in the world of Kubera. I know that technically also in the real world fan clubs can get wild, but this is a different level of like stupidity. Welcome Thibaut, welcome to stream. I hope you have a nice day, and it's only going to get nicer from here on out. Like in real life. Yeah. Looks like she thinks that she and Asha have some kind of special relationship. You would think she would back down when she sees how much Asha can stand her. Excuse me, you old bags. Could you go inside and talk about it somewhere quieter? Gossiping like that about someone in a public place. A real nuisance to people passing by. Oh, run! Why? Hey, listen, the thing they were talking about just now. I didn't hear them. Didn't hear a word of what they said. Please, sometimes it's better to just be honest. You heard them. They talked shit. And it hurts you. Be honest! Would treat strangers like that with no issues. Asha would not kick on a stranger for no good reason. So, please, don't mention it again. Can feel his heart beats because she's clenching on his scarf. What's wrong all of a sudden? It's nothing. Anyway, Jatayu, so you're saying, in spite of it being dangerous to get it together, I just tell you why we're gathering. We'll take care of finding Kalavinka and getting into the Shura realm. Yeah, it will be a bit hard for me right now, but it's better than you hanging around the snakes. Last time, didn't you say that you would stay behind and protect the human? My desire to protect him hasn't changed. That's why I'm trying to distance myself. Brother, I didn't know I was such a hopeless monster. What should I do? Would the Garudas accept me like this? I know you don't want to believe. But you must, Maruna. Little runt you believe to be your brother. Monster filled with lies. Maruna. Of course they'll accept you, Jatri. You're my brother and the son of the Garuda clan. How could they turn their backs on you? Better leave. Everything's still okay. Snakes are gathered in that direction. It would be best if you didn't go alone. Me by your side, they wouldn't even touch you. It's that light. Creating another path for the high-ranked Shuras to come here. Right now, the snakes are targeting Rindhello and Ilov. But it would be very difficult to attack both cities with our current forces. Rindhello has so many magicians that it's actually called the City of Magic. And Ilov has a lot of special defenses. Plus, both cities are surrounded by double-layer barriers. Our ally who played a crucial role in Atera and Kali Bloom turned his backs on the snakes and gone missing. Is he just talking like that about freaking Big Boy Papa Smurf? Consider scarf the flesh scarf, and while not wrong, it's really disturbing if you think about it. Fish! There's the Haku that you just mentioned. Gandava, yep. He's just calling Gandava an ally, even though he's so close to them. It's Fish Boy. It's Fish Boy for real. Hello, Haku. I hope you had a nice day, and it's only going to get nicer from here on out. Even though for you, it's still like the middle of the day. It is a flesh scarf. I even call it his, like, foreskin scarf. The whole time, I'm just a bit busy, so I don't know if we can chat much. It's okay. Lurking always appreciate. So if I were to stay out of this now, things would get very desperate for the snakes. That's why you're trying to summon more allies. The problem is that there aren't guys strong enough even among the guys that Sagara can summon. If even the Ashuras can barely afford to spare one guy, I doubt that they'll have any stronger reinforcements to offer. Then who on earth could Sagara summon for reinforcement? I'm not sure either. Right, you probably can't even imagine. But you forgot everything anyway. Damn, 6-wing Garuda? What are you thinking? I'm feeling angry, frustrated, desperate. Maybe you want to shit your pants. Because the strongest Nastika from the Garuda clan has ended up like this? Or do you miss your father? Garuda clan Nastika. That's the same. That's not the same person. This is the strongest Garuda, his father. This is his father, okay. His father somehow is in a stasis with some sort of power fluctuating around him. Garuda must be nice fried. Garuda fried chicken. No, it wouldn't be Garuda fried chicken. It would be Aki fried Garuda. Kubera fried Garuda. Fuck Tipo. Sorry, but all of those are wrong. Called me here just to show me this. Must really not have much to do with this. This is what I thought. This is second stage. Second stage, Maruna, I assume. First stage. Right after a grade up. This is third stage? I guess Utah looks similar. Now you've seen all the cities, right? And can infer the elements? I mean, you could for them, like, Aedo Plateau was always like, kinda windy. But also like the blue lion barrier kind of made me think like lightning and stuff. Thunder. He kind of seems young here, I don't know. Fourth was the final stage, I think, right? Do we continue it? Sure, realm. Here N1, base of the Garuda clan. Fifth is the final stage. Maruna is in the fifth stage, right? Haku went crazy and gets pretty much everything right in his videos. Haku is also crazy attentive. And the way he does with the videos and then from the videos, making like reading and then making the video, I feel like that there's a deeper analysis about the stuff than with live reaction. Live reaction has a different kind of aspect to it because you have the chat interaction immediately. You have the you have to think about the pacing in live. In video you can cut. I do think Haku remembers more from the chapters he reads than I. Hella scary with predictions. Are you accusing him of pre-reading? I would never. There are some reaction YouTubers that I accused of pre-watching. Welcome, Sampati. Akasha is waiting for you. Where's Maruna? He arrived first and is speaking with Akasha. Alright. Goff! Oh, I've never seen such a thing. A Rakshasa above the Rakshasas. I would have thought she was an Astika if she hadn't said anything. And he just said it has that storytelling dog in him. Definitely no pre-reading. Some of the predictions were also funny with how wrong they were, Lamar. Father is in a state of suspended animation, and your mother has been destroyed. This can't be easy for him in a third stage Rakshasa. Why is he in a state of suspended animation? I mean, my stasis thing was like, you could see it. At first I was thinking like, is that his energy being emitted? But then I was like, stasis. So, easy. You guys, wait, I need to think. I forgot, what did I say? Pre-watch. Quick side rant. I don't know, some of you guys probably read One Piece. And probably know the One Piece YouTuber. He also does other stuff called Roger Space. Roger Space, I felt like I liked. I kind of started this, like many other One Piece YouTubers, because they got more and more annoying to me. But I got banned from his Discord server. I got freaking banned from his Discord server like last year sometime. It was at some point in like One Piece, right? And the official chapter hasn't dropped yet. Lightning is Sky and Kubera. Okay, yeah. The official chapter hadn't dropped yet. So, because I only read officials, I didn't know something. But I made a prediction in like the manga discussion chat of his channel. Of like, blah blah blah, wouldn't it be crazy if that and that happened? And I don't even remember entirely. I was like, what if that and that happened? Or that and that? And turns out, my prediction was entirely correct. I didn't even remember if it was. I didn't remember the complete timing of everything, but my prediction was correct, and I got banned. So my only assumption of why I got banned must have been because they thought I read scans or spoilers and wrote those spoilers down in the chat. I made a freaking prediction theory, which turned out to be true, and I got banned for it. People spoil like that constantly. I know, but it's also like, pretty skill issue, your prediction should not be true. I know, Haku, but I'm also thinking like, let's say, if on my Discord, on your Discord, somebody would like make a prediction for Tower of God. Tower of God is the only good thing because like Kubera, we're both not caught up, and Omniscient Reader's Viewpoint is a novel, so people can also have read it. But for Tower of God, if someone were to make a prediction and it turns out to be true, have you seen my theory literally read ahead? Yeah. If someone were to made it, and I would be like, and it turns out to be true, I would either ask them, and I don't know if they would tell the truth or not. At most, I would leave it at a warning, if it's like their first case of doing something like that. And you can always say like, spoiler mark predictions from now on. But like, just getting banned for one thing is insane to me. Dude, sometimes things are foreshadowed, so it's normal to predict based on tropes and setup. When was that? Did I... Let me check. I don't know if I can ever find again at what point of time that was. I think it was a very easy thing to predict. I wouldn't ban someone for spoilers unless they were being a jerk about it. I think it was a very, very easy thing to predict. What part was it? It was something about, I think it was something about family. Was it? It must have been, it obviously was still an Elbaf. Was still an Elbaf. Not an Elbaf, it was still an Egghead. It was still an Egghead, but I don't entirely remember what was it. I don't remember. I don't care. But that was a reason why. I also kind of stopped watching him, because I felt betrayed. But that wasn't the only offense. I also once like donated to him, like super chatted, and he just didn't read my super chat. And when I told him, "Hey, you didn't read my super chat," he checked and was like, "Huh? I don't see any super chats." I spent money. Like, I obviously don't want spoilers, but if someone's not doing it on purpose to be a jerk, I'd probably just delete their comment and move on. 680 chapters of Kubera. There's also moments where I'm like, this would be typical Curry to do. Yeah. Every time I make a comment on you guys' Kubera videos, I have to talk based on what I remember. I thought during my first read through to avoid unintentional spoilers. I love that. Oh my god. Are we back in freaking... Are we back in bad internet town? Are we back in bad internet town? For real? Does it really have to happen now? We're 40 minutes in. Why does it happen now? It hasn't happened for a month already again. It didn't happen for a month. Why is it happening now? Where's Haku chat? Can I even do anything for it to be better? Green? Blue? It's green again. Green again. Green again. Getting better. We're reviving. We got Hoti. We got spelled used. I don't remember what was the revival spell. Okay, let's get into reading. Let's use the time while it's good. I don't know whether you're mentally strong or just heartless. I was actually kind of expecting you to be crying. Why would you expect this? What happened to my mother is sad, but it's something that could happen anytime and anywhere in this world. I learned not to mourn things like that for very long. You're the one who taught me that, Akasha. Akasha, the name, reminds me of, like, what is it called? The Akashic Record? Record. Isn't it called that? Akashic Record. There's an anime about it as well. The Book of Life. It was like Akasha? Akashic? Is it related to bitrate? I honestly still don't really understand bitrate when streaming Ilmo. I think it's connection. Like, where's it in setting? Let's stream output. I did lower my bitrate thing at once. I don't know if that helped anything. Like my bitrate always it was like 10k, then I lowered it to 7k. I don't know if that helped anything with staying like better. But obviously yes, the bitrate also falls down when there's issues like that. But always like there's like the connection bars of like 4 bars. And it's green when it's well connected. Sometimes it just falls down to 1. I don't know. I think it's just my connection. I think it's just my the German internet being unstable. Mr. Akasel asked about 5 panels. That was Currycom even thinking about mystery in the last episode. Seems like all is normal now. Garuda clan Nastika. With Garuda in a state of suspended animation and many of the strongest Nastikas dead, she is the most powerful Nastika among the remaining Garudas. Garuda dies and comatose. Akasha will become the queen. Do all Garudas get especially arrogant when they're in their first stage of growth? All of your older brothers were just as arrogant as you are when they were in the first stage too. I want to hear about brothers who never have met. Maruna had a lot of older brothers, but they all died before Maruna was born. How is the stay with the Gandharvas? Is it bearable? From the way you're asking me if it's bearable, I take it that you know it isn't exactly a great place to stay. It's just that I can't stand fishy smells either. I don't mind since I have gotten used to it after a while. The bigger issue is that Gandharva throws me into a deadly situation as a way of making me grow. That does tend to be the most common method. But you can always try it and go in another direction if it's not for you. Maybe he just wanted a chance to beat me up, since I'm rather close to Shakuntala. He's the one who approached me first. Why is he taking his anger out on me? He's like, no, not my ears, please! Might they be related? Akasha and Akashic record? I don't know if there's something like an Akashic record in Kubera, but it could be connected. At least nowadays things aren't great for the Gandharvas, since their base got moved to Shura Realm, so Gandharva doesn't seem to have time to bother me. It's amusing to you. Things have just been so bad lately that I haven't had anything to laugh about. Now I'm laughing even at such a little thing. So, how did you evolve to 3rd stage? I heard rumors that Kalavinka grew to 3rd stage. I should have been happy to hear about my younger sister growing up, but I was upset. I'm her older brother. All I could think about was how embarrassing it would be if I met her again. It was right when I was upset after hearing about her that Gandharva decided to toss me into a fiery pit like usual. Suddenly ended up growing like this with sparks flying from my body. I see. The key to your growth to 3rd stage was not wanting to lose to your sister. And growing to 4th stage may be surprisingly easy, with a good chance it will work with the standard techniques. Maruna, the reason I called you here, because you need to advance to 4th stage as quickly as possible. There's only around 4 years left, so you need to hurry. 4 years left? Google says Akashic comes from Sanskrit, Akasha, so it's the same origin. Sanskrit Akasha, yeah. The Akashic record is like an all-knowing thing. So is she the mastermind behind a lot of things? 4 years left? What will happen if I don't grow before then? You don't. All your siblings will die. But it would be hard for you to grow all by yourself in 4 years, so I found someone to help you. An old Sampati. Okay, so the goth woman. Legs look weird. I haven't seen each other. You probably haven't seen each other before. She's a publicly busy figure. By the way, this flashback is happening in N5. The series started during N5. So, Maruna turned into a 4th stage. Flashback is in N1. Yeah, that was confusing me right now because I was like, N5? So Maruna turned into a 4th stage Rakshasa and then in the same year also started attacking all of these different human places and was working together with the Ananta and all of the... Okay, N1 to N5 makes more sense. 4-year difference is here also like interesting because the N1 to N5 is obviously 4 years. So it seems like Akasha might be in the works together with Sagara, considering that the 4 years and like the plan of Sagara starting there is kind of like meeting up in the same time, and maybe this woman here also has some issues there. Legs, I don't know, even when I didn't see like the leg part down here, when I didn't see that part, like here I was like, those legs look kind of weird to me. Didn't start in N15. Damn, if it's N15, then everything I said doesn't check out. Cody! Cody! I trusted you! Some party. Garuda clan. 5th stage Rakshasa. First Rakshasa to have reached 5th stage in the shortest time. Only 5,000 years of the entire species. Oh, they have reached it in the shortest time of the entire species. Only 5,000 years. She appears to be psychologically lacking something. Since revenge was her only motivation for growth, she sometimes behaves strangely. Oh no, I spread misinformation! Ah, I've heard about her. Must have been around 300 years ago that she reached 5th stage. Anyway, what was that you were saying before? All of my siblings will die if I don't grow in 4 years? Has something happened to Jatayu or Kalavinka? Sasuke a burp. It's always about the revenge. Maruna, I suggest you don't mention that name in front of Sampati. Jatayu? I mean, it was the name of Sampati's sibling who passed away 300 years ago. Names of dead Rakshasas are sometimes given to newly born Rakshasas. Wait, something seems strange here. 300 years ago was when my brother escaped Taraka and joined the Garuda clan. He was given that name at the time. He didn't have a name before then? No, he did. He was just hiding it. The name, brother hid his real name and joined the Garudas with a fake name Jatayu. Why? What reason could he have for needing to hide his name? Because his name is Taraka. Wait, well, it actually is right? His name is Taraka, technically. Because he is like the king of the clan. So, his name is Taraka. Let's talk about that after you finish growing, Sampati, take Maruna away. Wait, shouldn't you at least explain what's what? It's a very important secret. I can only tell my most trusted confidant. If Tower of God has taught me anything, don't trust the blonde. Maruna, you can grow within 4 years. You have no right to hear about it. If that happens, I'll send Sampati instead of you. Send her? Where? I need to rest. Sampati, do whatever it takes to make him grow, whether you need to beat him or torture him. Wait, are you doing this because my father isn't here right now? You can run away if you want, if you'd like to, Maruna. There's no reason for us to keep you here if you refuse to do the training. However, I hope you won't forget that the lives of your siblings depend on you growing up. Good prediction. My prediction is Yuta and Lise just guessed it right. Though I think Yuta wasn't her first choice, was it? No, Yuta wasn't her first choice. She said a few different names before she said Yuta. I mean, Jatayu and Yuta are similar enough, so maybe that's also why he liked the Yuta name. But technically, his name should be Tanaka, considering he's the king. Unless it's different because the Taraka clan is chaotic. Right now, I'm giving you a chance to save them. That is when things started getting so bad that I would actually miss the days when I would get beaten up by Gandharva. To be continued. So with us focusing here on the flashback, it does check out that Maruna is actually also one of the outsiders meant with this chapter title. Maybe Akasha is also an outsider, and you could even say that Sampati is also an outsider because she's weird. People say sometimes she acts strange. She is like the one to grow the strongest, the fastest, kind of making her an outsider. The conditions to get to the next stage vary for each Shura stuck at a certain stage. Most of the conditions involve fighting. Rage, jealousy, survival instinct, appetite, destructive instinct, possessiveness, will to dominate, showing off, thirst for victory, revenge. I think Jatayu is Yuta Ja, I am Yuta. Backwards, like Wangna. Yeah. I think we talked about that at some point. I don't know if it was a stream or in Discord. But yeah. So that's like why he also liked Yuta, because Yuta Jatayu is close enough and has like the similarities of like I am Yuta. Yeah, he's Yuta. You'll find one reason why each character in the story is an outsider. No matter what the conditions are, they all require experience. Key. For instance, let's say there's a Shura who's conditioned for developing a survival instinct, the most common one. This Shura will not grow as soon as his life is threatened. Threats applied to inexperienced Shuras are simply accumulated as experience. Once this accumulated experience reaches a certain point, they say that Shuras with stronger potential abilities require more experience. So they're Pokemon. They're more like Digimon. Shuras are not entirely like Digimon. Like they do have like different like branched evolutions or something. But they don't have like the big net of like any Shura can become anything like Digimon. But they work like a video game, yeah. Any more experience would then be useless. At that stage, Shura requires an even more powerful experience than before in order to grow. And it's this moment of growth that we refer to as the key to growth. Outsider could also refer to us as readers, since we aren't part of the story. Serious talk. Hello though, hello Ruby, welcome to stream. I hope you had a nice day and it's only going to get nicer from here on out. When I grew to 3rd stage, apparently my aversion to losing to Kalavinka was my key to growth. It was like jealousy, you know. But the reason that was able to be a key for me was because of the experience I accumulated before then. When are you going to grow up more, Maruna? Am I going to end up growing first again? Wish I could smack her. I was relatively slow getting to 1st stage, but I wasn't in a worse situation. The worst situation is where your growth has stalled because your experiences in the past have been so intense that you can't find an even stronger key to growth. Chess from the Kinara clan is the most famous example of this case. Okay, this guy, right, yeah. God, Kubera is blonde, and he is trustworthy, right? Wait, S means serious, not sarcastic? I think /S is serious, /J is joking. I don't know if there's one for sarcastic. I think like if sarcastic was meant, it's also like used as /J for joking. Since he's lived for so long, there's no reason for him to be lacking in experience. But because he's led such a dangerous life, he can't find a key to surpass his previous experiences, has been stuck at 4th stage for an astronomical period of time, and they say he'll never grow it anymore at this point. Conversely, somebody who reached the 5th stage in the shortest period of time in the history of the entire species, Rakshasa has lived far more peacefully than Chess. Born as fairly average girl to high-ranked Nastika parents, she spent a relatively quiet growth period for Ashura and reached 4th stage after 700 years, just slightly longer than the average. But her growth to 5th stage was different. Like most Shuras, she had basically given up on growing to the 5th stage, but something happened that caused her to grow to 5th stage in an unexpectedly short period of time. Despite our 5th stage requiring a lot of experience, the growth was almost bizarrely sudden and is known for being very unusual. Look at her, she lost her innocence. Been taking sarcasm as completely genuine like a One Piece character all this time. Genuinely like a One Piece character all this time. But what? And what is /SRS serious? I thought it's just S is serious. Why does everything need to be so complicated with you guys? Why does everything need to be so complicated? Buster. It's... Will simply fighting really be enough? Like I can beat you anyway. I'm supposed to just stand here and get beaten up. I've already gotten enough of that from Gandharva. My growth requirement for 4th stage survival instinct may never end up growing just like Chess. It wouldn't be easy finding a more dangerous situation than letting Gandharva kick me around. You can't obtain experience or your key while in Shura form. You can only train for growth while in human form. You're allowed to take out your wings though. She just completely ignores me, saying whatever she wants to say. But I know that much. Gandharva was already beating me up under the pretext of trying to make me grow, and he always said I had to be in human form. That's kinda weird to me. It was so confusing. I know who's lying and who's not anymore. This is also kinda confusing too. Why would a Shura to grow need to be in their human form? Like, what sort of in-universe reason? What sort of in-universe reason would make sense that you need to be in your human form? I can't think of anything. /S is always Shakuntala, right? When you type /S, that means you're talking like Shakuntala. Since you've already taken a lot of damage from Gandava, most experience probably won't be enough for you. Judging by how long it took you for you to stage the last growth stage, you seem to require a lot of experience. You only have a short period of time, so I'm going to really go hard on you right from the start. You won't have a chance to rest. What? How can I not even rest during training? Don't I need rest to recover? Looks like Gandava didn't feel like using his transcendental recovery skill on you. From now on, you'll only be able to rest when you run out of vigor and restore your health. And might be because the human form is the normal form for Nastikas. I actually don't know for sure. I don't know. Ah, the 19th letter of the alphabet. A consonant letter. Rakasa 5th stage is better than previous stage, in almost every aspect. But the greatest difference of all is vigor. Not only does she have a high vigor capacity, but she even possesses the Nastika feature where she recovers vigor without eating. When I first started training, all I could do was get beaten up for over a month until some party ran out of vigor. Never thought I would actually miss the days when I was getting beaten up by Gandava. I also realized that Gandava actually went easy on me, but I really realized that there's a big difference in displeasure. Between getting beaten up by a Nastika, who's naturally superior to me and a king at that, getting beaten up by a Rakshasa, who's really in the same class as me, regardless of her stage. Oh no, he's in denial and skipping the correct answers now. In between form. Seriously wondering whether sticking flowers in her like that is a way of saying I'm nuts. You think about it, shouldn't beating someone up like this drive her as crazy as the one being beaten up? I don't really have a choice, but what about her? She's sick of this. She seems kinda emotionless. Not necessarily emotionless, but like she doesn't express her emotions. And also like she lost something. It's almost sad. Plus she hasn't said a word since we started training. That's it. At this rate I'll end up collapsing from boredom. Should try saying something to her first. Hey, so what color are your wings? I haven't seen them before. Are they black? Like the feathers in your hair? These are feathers from my dad's sister. I see. Not the best conversation. He really is trying to flirt it up here. Apparently having flowers in the hair is symbolism for being crazy, according to translator note from fan translation. Must be interesting that that's a thing in Korea. I would never have guessed that. I just think it's cute. Damn it, I should have just kept my mouth shut. It was beautiful when she smiled. I can't remember her very well. It's only been 300 years, and yet my memories are already getting blurry. I can't possibly forget her this quickly. You know who did it? Yeah. Oh, yeah. And you must have avenged her at your level. You could probably beat most Shuras. You guys stronger than you? A Rakshasa in 5th stage from another clan? Or an Astika? Get up. You've been resting for too long. Considering her sister was probably a young child, and Yuta is using the name Jatayu, that is this person, there's a big chance that Yuta is the killer, right? That's also already something I thought earlier when it was like Yuta uses the name of her sister that died 300 years ago, and Yuta took a fake name, why did he take that? So there's a big chance that Yuta or some sort of Taraka was a killer. I really like glass bowls and plastic treasure chest. S/S Shakutala. Less energy use, and in human form you can restore vigor. Are you nuts? It hasn't even been 5 minutes. I hardly even rested. Whack. Just wait. As soon as I grow. Hurry up and grow then. Some people would pay good money for that, Maruna. So don't be a little chicken about it. At the time, Sampati was the most revolting, loathsome girl in the world to me. I had no other choice, because I had no idea who her enemy was. I could not even begin to guess how she would have felt as training me. about training me. I had no idea you had such a hard time growing. That's not the important thing here. You hid your real name and joined the Garudas under the fake name Jatayu. And you and Kalavinka will die if I don't grow. Your perspective. Do you think these are bigger problems? Why haven't you asked or denied anything while I was talking? Did I take this to mean that you acknowledge everything I said as true? Brother, Jatayu, this time right now, even harder for me than when I was getting beaten up. I came all this way because I wanted to save you and Kalavinka. But now, I'm not even sure I'm going in the right direction anymore. So, Omori had that symbolism? I have not played Omori. I've heard good things about it though. Seeing you all grown up makes me wonder that even more. Is it really true that you do not know anything? I really just thought Akshasa was barely 500 years old. Are you really? Brother. To be continued. This little icon here is so cute. Simp! Simp! There you go. See ya! Have a good time, Kate. Thank you for being here. We will read 2 more chapters. Because that's the end of Outsider, I think. How could you kill that sweet girl? You're mean, Mom. I really hate you now. I did it for you. Come on, relax. Oh! Puzzle pieces are falling together. I'm having my Isagi moment. Isagi, Blue Lock, puzzle pieces. I don't know if you got that. I do remember the fact that the mother, or like the fake mother of Yuta, killed. She didn't kill her. Yuta said that she killed her, but actually it was Yuta that killed her. I wasn't entirely sure that that girl that he killed, the same girl as the little sister of Sampati. But with this pretty much confirmed. And also here, like, I did it for you, come on, relax, and then it's censored here. Funny thing, if you look at the censor, the first letter still looks like a Y, which is, like, if you look at the thing, this is a Y, but then it's difficult because if it were a U, it would need to be darker here in the censor. Like, you could still maybe read it as a Yuta with, like, Y, U, then there's the T, and this doesn't really look like an A. This looks more like a B, but it's pixels. Don't call me that. That's not my name anymore. My name is... That's right. My name is Jatayu. No, son. That name isn't yours. No, it's mine. It's my name. We're a different season, but we still get a new meaning for the title Lies for You from season 1 now. That's correct. Always been my name. It's the name Dad gave me. Why can't you remember, Mom? Alright, son. I'll start calling you Jatayu. Please just trust me on it. Didn't mean to trick you at all. Everything that I did with you and Kalavinka. Genuine. And I was just happy to have a family like that. Ultimately, I'm denying what I asked. Even now, although the moment of our reunion wasn't great because we think differently, I still like you. I don't want to fight you. I don't want to lose you. To be honest, it's true that I didn't know until now. Or rather, I think that I just wanted to forget it. Yes, I thought that I could run away if I forgot everything. But I've been reminded since I grew up. Brother, I'm actually a really bad guy. Bad guy. To be honest, I wouldn't look too much into the blur. I kinda doubt Curry would even give us the length of Yuta's real name. His name is Penis! That's why it's censored. Serious. Tragic. People, I can't believe you would say it's so serious. A lot of people would be happy without me around. And why don't you just kill yourself right now? Brother, what did you just say? I didn't say anything. And is there someone nearby? Would I have talked about our past if someone near ever were around? No, there's definitely someone. He's still talking even now. Although he's trying to run away because he thinks his cover is blown. Shoot, where is he? No idea which direction he's in. You heard something I can't hear? Then why don't you know which direction it came from? I'm not sure. I guess he ran away. I can't hear anything now. It's his subconscious or something. Damn, how did he guess the name so fast? Serious. What should we do? If the one who overheard us was from Anantas, it's only a matter of time until the rumors will spread. There's no need to worry about that. Because I've just discovered that someone running away. Ah! You'd have avoided this if you had just run away in the first place. How dare you eavesdrop on my conversation? You've got some serious nerve. Because it was black, I thought it was his subconscious talking, but it seems that it was the lizard person, insect guy. I'm sure you must have realized that getting caught would cost your life. I was just trying to figure out what you were saying because I thought it might be something important that I should tell Sagara, you idiot. Not that a chickenhead like you would understand my loyalty. See, nuts? Talking like that right in front of my brother? What do you mean? He hasn't said a word. Ah, he's thinking and Yuta is using his insight ability. Went back. Asha would be cancelled for Yuta name ideas. Blacky, white, spotty. Well, that can't be. Please hear me out, Sir Maruna. Just happened to be passing by when I saw you and was running away. I mean, I didn't think you would catch me hiding. That filthy mutt hadn't said anything. Barely see you from a distance. I was running away so I didn't hear a word. Plus, do you not already have more than enough vigor since you went hunting yesterday? It makes me want to puke having to act polite to that ugly face. Still, I have to sneak away from here and tell Sagara about this. There'll be a waste to devour me when you already have sufficient vigor. There's a limited number of high-rank Ananta Ashuras like me on this planet. Wouldn't it be better to hunt when you need to? You're not wrong. Which Ananta is this again? Right, think about it. Would it be better if you let me go for today? Brother, you're not hungry right now. Why don't you let me have him? Wait. Do I didn't want to just let him go? If you want to eat him, then go ahead. Thank you, brother. You're so wholesome, brothers. You have just let my brother eat you. Filthy mutts like me have some very nasty eating habits. Oh, has Maruna been hunting yesterday and today? I feel bad for you guys having to just sit there and watch. You guys are just food to him. Are you trying to console us or trying to start a fight? Meanwhile, Lise proposed Euglena, European, Euclid, Eustachio, Yuta, and Alexander. Anyway, I just hope the guys they call here this time aren't the type who eats everyone up like that. At this rate, we'll end up dying as prey before we even get to do anything. Don't worry, Sagara said the reinforcements they're calling over here this time recover vigor without having to eat anything. To be continued. Is this silhouette somebody? It looks different. And also it doesn't really look like the Akasha silhouette unless like the hood was hiding this kind of hair. Euclid sounds good. No, I'm not going to call him about something with a clit. For a while, Alexander was the name for a god for god Kubera in the fandom. Why would he be called Alexander? This is the last chapter of today, right? Yeah, this is the last chapter of today. Don't you have a match on rematch? I don't. Oh. Okay, Keelan. Our clan said that somebody asked if it would be okay for us to play today, but like 3 different people said that we wouldn't play today, because we can't. Like, we got asked, but we never confirmed. I don't... Doesn't need to eat vigor to eat. Doesn't need to eat to recover vigor. Fifth, like we learned that 5th stage Rakshasa don't need to eat vigor to recover. He had no name. Lise tried naming him Alexander, and to differentiate from Kubera Lise. Oh, she just really likes the name Alexander. Crazy. Chirp, chirp, chirp. You better forget about me. Trust those who are by your side from here on out. Trust them. Hold on to them. Keep them by your side. The more the better. That way you will. Even if I don't want to? Should I keep them by my side even if I don't want to? Should I trust just anyone? No, never mind. Just do as you please. Actions without your own will may bring an even worse outcome. But what if no one will stay by my side? No matter how much I trust and hold on to them. My mom, the townspeople, you, Yuta, and Asha? Look, there's no one left. Nobody. You didn't even mention Run. Why not name Kubera Carl? 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 That kills people. But Carl? Freaking llamas with heads, wild stuff. Didn't even mention Run. Crazy. I guess this is a... No, she didn't mention him. Because at first I was like, this is flashback, yeah. But this seems to be like current thought. Please. There's a spot at the cafe. I ordered us some chicken. What? Is there something on my face? There's nobody left. There's Ron. You didn't even think about him. This is so good. Turns out Ron was the outsider all along. Alexander for the spear and armor and the gold. We do love ourselves a good Alexander. So good. Are you really okay? I'm thinking about my nephew's names right now. I forgot my nephew's name. Somehow the name Alexander rings a bell. He isn't called Alexander, I think. What was his name? Whatever, I need to ask my parents later. Are you really okay? You've been zoning out quite a bit. I'm fine, I'm fine. I just think about my village sometimes. But it's only for a second, so you don't need to worry. Sorry for making you uncomfortable. Right. After hearing your story before, I asked my brother to look into it. You forgot your nephew's name? It happens. Like, I remember... His name is The Baby. I do remember the names of my 3 other nephews. I do remember the name of one of my nieces. But I forgot, right now, off the top of my head, without thinking too deep about it, I cannot remember the name of my other niece and my other nephew. Lost your town in a high-rank Shura attack. It must have been the Red Sky incident. A lot of towns were lost in similar incidents. Even though all of those towns have disappeared, it says there are still no known survivors. And yet here you are, alive. That's because I stayed in hiding. Why? What reason could you have for hiding? The fact that you're a survivor of the Red Sky incident. Didn't you report to the Temple or the Temple or Magic Guild? Survived something like that? Well, there's a reason for hiding it. Let's keep that a secret, at least. Your name and what happened because of your name. Sure to never speak of it. Especially when I'm not around. I wonder if I wonder if Lise is going to trust Ron enough to be like, this is actually not my real name, this is my real name, and yeah, blah 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 blah. You have 6 kids from siblings? Are you the youngest child? I am the youngest child. Indeed. Even though, like, I'm 24, and like my oldest brother is 42 or 43. I'm not entirely sure. I know that one of my older brothers is 41, and he's like the second oldest. But I'm not sure about the oldest right now. I was keeping a secret because Asha told me not to tell anyone. Please, you lost your village to a high-ranked Shura. That's why I didn't tell you. Uh-huh. What the? It's a secret and she just blurted it out. Not sure anymore. Maybe I just imagined it was an important secret. Oh yeah. Can you tell me now? I've been curious this whole time why Asha kept you with her. Why you managed to have the Golden Knight. Why you tried to pull out the Sword of Return. And who that person was. It really was you who pulled out the Sword of Return. We call it a record check, but it's really the same as having a trial. Let's confirm that you were able to use Hoti Vishnu since before that incident. A trial can be reopened for several minor incidents in which you were considered a suspect aside from the accidental manslaughter incident of 29 people. Bob. I love the detail of the stain leaves on her chin in the Hale episode. Yeah, she's a messy eater. This time you definitely won't be able to get off with just a fine. Clearly you think that I've been able to use Hoti Vishnu since before that. Because Saha's gotten involved. He doesn't interfere in things that he's not sure about. That means that he's certain that I'm a murderer who killed the 29 people. Why are you showing me this and suggesting that I run away? Because I believe that you had a reason. I don't think that those people would have done anything to incur your resentment. Not only were they just regular people, not magicians. They were just children who didn't even know who you were. But I also don't think that you are a murderer who would kill people for your own satisfaction. There clearly must have been some kind of unavoidable circumstance. German? No. It's German names. Unavoidable circumstance. Maybe you're right. But intentional magic murder is a crime which cannot be justified in any way. You're already well aware. I think so too. Of course we can't justify your crime, Asha. But you risked your life to maintain a barrier around Atera during the attack last October. You were sick for almost a month. Despite being perfectly capable of running away on your own, you sacrificed yourself for the citizens. I believe in your abilities in spirit of self-sacrifice. But I'm trying to protect you, even if it means covering up your past. It isn't some petty goodwill or act of kindness. For the sake of the majority. Maroket, even if you say the names, I will not find out if that is what is I'm missing in my head right now. Stop trying to dox the children, Maro. Are you hesitating? There's no reason for you to hide it. Can't you tell me? But listen, do you remember what happened that time in the restaurant? When you said that you were sad that Asha, me, and everyone knew except you? Of course, it was my mistake. I made a disgusted face when Asha asked about the high-rank Shura, but it was because it reminded you of the one who destroyed your home. Weren't you upset? It's natural. In a world where it's natural for high-rank Shuras to be in Shura realm, there's only one thing that you could think of when you heard the word high-rank Shura. I think Asha couldn't understand how you felt since she knows so much, but now she knows because I told her. Till now, I've just been standing by watching since I figured that it would be better for her to talk to you directly and resolve it between the two of you. They're not named Wilhelm or Herman, that's old people's name. No, it's not that's for sure not. Resolve it between the two of you. I figured it would be better for her to talk to you directly and resolve it between the two of you. Yeah, if there was something like communication in the story, but for some reason people don't want to communicate with each other. No, Thibaut, no. Obviously it does not. Yeah, I'm not sure if it's allowed to name people that in Germany. I think it's actually forbidden. Wait, don't cry. Why are you crying? I'm just grateful. I was trying to say what I was trying to say is that is just like when you felt sad because everyone knew except you. It's the same for me. You know that feeling where you're all together but you feel out of place? You're not exactly sure what's going on, and you're not sure whether to get involved or just pretend you don't notice. Yeah, he's the outsider in this part here. Dolphin. That's exactly how I feel right now. You understand how I feel even a little bit. Could you tell me what you and Asha went through? I want to really know so that I can help you properly. I'm not saying this for any other reason. Simply wanting to help you, Elise. Chapter 26, Outsider. And next chapter, Last Resort. Last Risotto! Last Risotto! One bad apple ruined the name for everybody. How sad. I mean, I don't even like how the name sounds. I don't like how it sounds when it's pronounced German. I don't like how it's pronounced when it's pronounced English. I just think it's not a pretty name. I don't know. Something about the structure of it I don't really like. And he has Ado in his name. And Ado is like one of my favorite musician, my favorite singer, my favorite artist. It's a pretty old-fashioned song name. So let's see. I think I'll just use this for the thumbnail next week. Might not be the best one, but I'll just use this one next week. So guys, we have reached the end of the Outsider. I don't know. There was a lot of going on. Crazy. There's so many moving pieces to remember, so many important stuff to focus on. I hope I can remember most of the things. I can keep track of most of the names, but it's difficult to move a lot of the pieces. But with you guys, it's easier to remember stuff because you can remind me when I'm remembering things, misremembering things or something. Kind of chill chapter in terms of action, but at the same time, a lot happening. Yeah, I mean, action-wise, it wasn't that much. Not really any action. It was drama. It was drama again because that's what Kubera is. Kubera is a drama story. It's a drama story in a fantasy world where there occasionally are battles with magic, but it is mainly a drama. Mainly a drama. And was quite a common name, so it's unfortunate. But that's when there was would be all probably now usually. Season 2 doesn't require too much memory, but reading without rereading gets harder in Season 3. How long does Season 2 still last? I don't care about seeing these pictures. I mean, I know these characters, but I don't know what's going on here. Here we are. Last Resort. How many chapters is it? Does it go on here? It's only 6 chapters. Okay, so we can read the entire Last Resort next week. We can probably read the entire Emergency in a week as well. Mythical Island is also gonna be a 1 week stream. Falling Petals could be 1 week. Your Justice and Mine. Your Justice and Mine will 100% be splitted. Your Justice and Mine will 100% be split. Holy shit, will that be split? Holy shit, will that be split? Holy shit. 28? 30? I think that will be like, I think that could be like, that should be like maybe 3 or like probably more like 4 different. I think there will be like 4 different streams. First time she did a chapter that long. Still the longest she has ever done. Crazy. 30 is insane for an... Look at me, Mr. One Piece reader. 30 is insane length for an arc. How can one arc be 30 chapters long? How can a single arc be 30 chapters long? Holy shit, that's so long! wait, wait. One Piece arc lengths. How long were these arcs? Okay, Ramen Dawn 7 chapters, 13 chapters, about 20 chapters, about 26 chapters, about 26 chapters, 4 chapters, 4 chapters, 8 chapters, okay, 14 chapters, 24 chapters, literally 60 chapters. Then we get into the later parts of like Whole Cake being a freaking 80 chapters long, Wano being like literally almost 150 chapters long, Egghead being 60 chapters long, 70 actually. One of the biggest one ever. I mean, Wano is 150 Wano is 148 chapters long. 148 chapters is more than some manga are in total. Like, not some manga, like many manga are not 149 chapters. 30 episodes is the longest a chapter can be, but when a chapter has 30 episodes, it's always amazing. Interesting. Isn't 30 chapter the first minute of the attack on Meruem and Hunter x Hunter? First minute of the attack on Meruem and Hunter. I actually have not. I mean, I do know a lot of stuff about Hunter x Hunter. I think I watched like a reaction of it until like the ant attack stuff, but I actually haven't watched it myself because I just didn't care enough. I still don't care. I think it's heavily overrated. Some of the super long chapters could even be split further emo, but they always work with chapter themes chosen somehow. Yeah, obviously sometimes you can split things up. That's also like how Wano is. Wano is 149 chapters, but technically Wano is also split into like the different acts, and you could always say like the different acts are like different arcs. So it's kind of like it's always interpretation. And I don't even know if there's like official, like for this webtoon where you have like these things, it's official that these arcs are that long. But in case of like One Piece, I don't think Oda ever said officially like how long an arc is or what exactly an arc is. I think he even said things like that he considers things in arc that are way longer. I see you haven't seen much of Hunter x Hunter. I just don't care about it. Whenever people gush about the freaking power system of Hunter x Hunter, I'm like, that sounds stupid. I don't remember how long it is too. It might be less than 30. Because like the power system of Hunter x Hunter isn't like there's the physical type, there's the other type, and then there's the special type. The special type is everything, and everything that doesn't fit in the others, it's a special type. It's like, dude, Hunter is not really why I like it anymore. People keep on gushing about the power system, Don. Then like the freaking idiotic shit about my bad if I'm shit talking. Where's a good image about this Nen system? I don't even know if that stuff is still relevant with the 4 major principles about Ten, Setsu, Ren, and then Hatsu. I don't know if those are still relevant. I'm the opposite of power scaler. Yo, in, en, shu, ko, ken, you. Okay, there they are. There's enhancement, which means you can make things strong. You can make yourself or objects stronger. There's transmutation, which means you can change things. There's conjuration, which means you can create things. There's emission, which means you can, like, I don't know, send out a drone. There's manipulation, which means you can control and do things. Which also is like conjuration can create the things, but they can't control them. Manipulation can control things and animate and like stuff. Specialization is everything else. Power scaling Kubera is, yeah, have fun lol. Power scaling, it doesn't matter at like for anything and freaking Power of God. No, that also, but in Kubera. I just think it's so... I don't see how people are praising this power system to the heavens. It just looks like a super basic power system, and it's like, yeah, if you're an enhancer, you also have parts of these different things. If you're a transmuter, you have parts of these. If you're a emitter, that. If you're a specialist, you have all of that stuff. And basically that means that all of the major enemies are going to be specialists, because specialists have like part of everything, and specialist is obviously the coolest, so everything is going to be specialist. They still are kinda relevant. The author goes ham with the powers, but it keeps them grounded in the initial rules. But the specialization thing lets them just break the rules when he wants to. Yeah, specialization is just like I want to do whatever I want to. There are many ways to break the rules. I think it's overpraised, the system. Like, it is a good system because it has like the different specializations, different categories. It also has like the specialization, which is the umbrella term for everything else when the author just wants to go crazy. But I don't understand why people praise it to be the best power system in all of anime. It has so much, it's so great, it's so well thought. It just feels like quite basic from everything I have seen and heard people talk about. Even when people tried to explain it to me, I was like, it's not that amazing. Basically means, F you, I'm just going to make fun power that's broken as fuck. It's good, it's just that the bar for Battle Shonen is really low, them all. The thing is also, for Battle Shonen, like, this is also basic. Why do you... It's basic. Like, power systems don't need to be crazy. Like, Haki is a shit power system. But, like, the flames from Katekyo Hitman are neat power systems. There's the different flames. You can have multiple flames even, but you have... Like, I like the Katekyo Hitman Reborn power system way more than this. Katekyo Hitman Reborn flames. Like, you have the 7 dying will flames of the sky, where if you have sky, which is harmony, which only like is the rarest, that only like most of the time bosses of families have. Storm flame disintegration. Sun flame is like healing and other stuff. Lightning flame hardening. Mist flame is like for illusion construction, making illusions real. Cloud flame is like for making things grow. Blah 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 blah. Then you have dying fuel of flames, and you have special flames. This is the one of my favorite anime still. On a first glance, the power system seems pretty cool. Can't complain about that, depending on how it's used in the story. Oops, that's Twitter. X Twitter. The thing is, I love the dodgeball battle. That doesn't mean anything to you, but I know what you mean. I know what you mean. I've seen those scenes. I also know Hisoka. But it's not a fight that's good because of the power system. I really like World Trigger system. I have a friend that really likes World Trigger, but I don't know anything about World Trigger. I emoted. Why am I emoting? Like, this emote is Control 2. When did I press Control 2? How did I accidentally press Control 2? I don't remember. Yeah, just fun tactics and character development. To be honest, I know, like, the perfectionist thing and art thing, but considering his health and everything, it would be better if he got, like, some sort of person that would do the art while he does only the story. If he wants to finish the story, that's what he should do. I can understand wanting to do it yourself, but come on, dude. You know that that's not the way it works in life. Team Tactics is really fun and World Trigger. Don't see it well done very often. Team Tactics are difficult in stories. But yeah, I'm going to turn off stream here for now. I'm going to take a shower now. Going to probably, I don't know. I'm probably going to work on some related thing. So all that to be said for me, to all of you, I hope that you enjoyed the stream. I hope that all of you are going to have a nice rest of your day. Thank you for being here, all of you guys, for checking me out, for spending some time every day with me, for watching the VOD if you're watching the VOD, and Carrot can be smart on the offer. Yeah, Carrot can be smart for sure. So all that to be said is stay happy, stay healthy, and most importantly, stay cultured. Pyro out. Bye bye.